After a wonderful trip to Sahatan Cave and to the jellyfish sanctuary, we were treated to lunch care of the tour guides. This is part of the fee, and the food is absolutely good. So we had fish, we had shrimp, we had vegetables, we had chicken, we had lots of fruit as well, and of course rice because we're Asian. We went to Naked Island after lunch, and this is a very nice, very long stretch of just semi-white sand, and it's very serene. And if you're looking for a place where you just want to tan, this is it. There's no shade at all in this part of the tour. This is how it looks like. It's not super white, but you know, there are like white sand and there's just beige sand. Guyam Island is like one of those islands where you can actually put yourself in isolation. I believe that there are rooms there where you can spend an overnight because we've seen some guests and it seems like they were staying there because they were drinking and eating, and it felt like they had no plans of leaving for the night. So I guess in my next adventure going to Siargao, I was hoping to actually hop on a boat and get to one of the islands and probably stay there for a bit longer. This view from inside the island, looking out into the ocean, is just so serene. So, nighttime, we had dinner at Bravo restaurant. We really enjoyed the food, and the place is just so nice. Good thing about Siargao is that the nightlife is always on point. It never runs out of activities, whether it be a Monday or a Sunday. So this is CEV, where we had our ceviche dinner the first night. And we went back there because the food is good, and also we wanted to like hang. It was raining the next day, but this didn't stop us. The night before, we've already arranged with a tricycle owner. Luckily, there was a couple who was looking for two other people to join them in the boat, so that brought down our fee per head. This is a dried dead crocodile. Yes, it came from the mangroves surrounding the Sugba Lagoon. Yeah, that was pretty scary. One of the tour guides told me that they wake up at around 6 p.m. Hence, Sugba Lagoon should just be opened until 4 p.m. and all the boats should be back to this tour office before sunset. This is the viewing deck of the Sugba Lagoon. And at first, it was a restaurant. They used to serve food, they used to serve drinks, but the city government already halted the operations of the restaurant, limiting it to just serving water. I didn't jump. I was suffering from numb fingers, and I knew that if I as much as snorkeled around the water, I would probably have a bit of hypothermia. But I enjoyed the view. The viewing deck gives you a really nice, probably 270-degree view of the entire place. And even if it was raining, everybody was doing all sorts, jumping in the water, doing the kayak, or simply just swimming and snorkeling. It's a very, very nice place. One of those places where I wished I'd have a cup of coffee to enjoy the scenery, or at least maybe a glass or a glass of wine or a beer perhaps, because it was really awesome. But of course, cleanliness first, and caring for the environment is a top priority for places like these. You will want to preserve something so good as this one. Haugen Island was our next destination, and it was almost 1 p.m. at this time when we arrived, and I told Gina that we better have lunch here because I had a feeling that they would serve really good food. So we ordered some fish kilawin and squid and vegetables and rice, of course. And we were right. The food was awesome.
Meron ka ba food na hindi ka nakain? Ang palaya. Bakit? I think it's a chore to eat it. Unless my dad cooks it. Kasi, binababad namin sa asin.
Kaya natanggal na yung pait.
But what's the point, diba? Why we were still eat it kung wala na kung ano yung kinakagusto ng mga tao sa kanya. I know it's good for UTI.
Diabetes din. Pupur ko na lang yung supa. Sa yung...
Oh God. Oh good.
Our next destination was Magpupungko. Unluckily though, it was already high tide when we arrived. So we were only allowed to view the beach. We didn't even step on the water. Our tricycle driver brought us to Maasin River, and when you cross the bridge underneath, you can easily hear like faint sounds of clapping and shouting and people cheering them on. And as you get closer, you will find a bent coconut tree where people were swinging from to get to the river. But it was actually a hard thing to do because you need a lot of body control or muscle control to actually swing yourself from front to back. If you don't do it right, you will just fall into the water, and that's just it. No swing. So the guides are the one who actually showed us how it's done.
Nice! That was awesome.
The last part of our trip for the day was Coconut Farm. And I'm so happy seeing this many coconut trees. I just believe so much in coconuts. I consider them a superfood. You can use every part of a coconut tree and the fruit, and I am so addicted with the coconut water. Like, I can tell if the coconut water is fresh or not, or if it had a little bit of something in it, if they added water or milk or sugar. I've been eating coconuts for the most part of my life, and I must say I'm really glad that we still have a lot of them here. So that concludes part 2 of my Siargao trip. I hope you stay tuned for part 3. We still have Cloud 9 and some portions of our last night out in Siargao. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again soon in this channel. Bye!